The year was 1922. The world was still reeling from the aftermath of the Great War, and the Roaring Twenties were just beginning to take shape. Amidst the jazz music, flapper dresses, and the rise of cinema, a monumental discovery was about to unfold in the arid deserts of Egypt. The Valley of the Kings shimmered under the Egyptian sun, its golden rays casting long shadows over the ancient burial grounds. This valley, a necropolis for pharaohs and nobles, held secrets that had been buried for millennia. The air was thick with mystery and the promise of untold stories waiting to be unearthed. For years, archaeologist Howard Carter searched for a hidden tomb. His quest was not just a professional endeavor, but a personal obsession. He had dedicated much of his life to the sands of Egypt, driven by whispers of a forgotten pharaoh, a boy king whose name had been lost to time. He believed it belonged to a forgotten pharaoh, Tutankhamun. Then, a miracle. Carter's meticulous study of ancient maps and texts had led him to this very spot. He was convinced that beneath the sands lay the tomb of Tutankhamun, a young ruler whose reign was brief but whose legacy was destined to be eternal. A worker stumbled upon a stone step buried in the sand. It was a moment of serendipity, a stroke of luck that would change the course of history. The worker's discovery was the first tangible evidence that Carter's theories were correct. It was the entrance to a lost world. As Carter and his team began to clear the sand away, the entrance to the tomb slowly revealed itself. The darkness within seemed to whisper secrets of a bygone era, beckoning them to explore further. Excitement filled the air as Carter began to dig. Each shovelful of sand brought them closer to their goal. The anticipation was palpable, a mix of hope and fear. What if the tomb had been looted? What if it was empty? But Carter's determination never wavered. He carefully cleared the staircase, revealing a sealed doorway. The sight of the sealed door was a triumph in itself. It meant that the tomb had remained untouched for thousands of years, its contents preserved in pristine condition. An inscription confirmed his hopes. Tutankhamun's tomb lay beyond. The hieroglyphs were clear and unmistakable. They spoke of a young king, a ruler who had ascended the throne at a tender age and whose life had been shrouded in mystery. After years of searching, Carter had found the resting place of the boy king. It was a moment of vindication, a culmination of years of hard work, perseverance, and unwavering belief. Carter's triumph was not just a personal victory, but a monumental achievement for archaeology and history. The world held its breath, eager to see what treasures lay hidden within. News of the discovery spread like wildfire, capturing the imagination of people around the globe. The tomb of Tutankhamun promised to reveal the splendor of ancient Egypt, a civilization that had fascinated and mystified scholars and lay people alike. On November 26, 1922, Carter made a small hole in the door. The moment was fraught with tension. Carter's hands trembled as he carefully chiseled away at the sealed door, creating a small opening that would allow him to peer inside. He peered inside, using a candle to pierce the darkness. The flickering flame cast eerie shadows on the walls, illuminating the chamber in a soft golden glow. Carter's eyes widened as he took in the sight before him. Golden glimmers met his eyes. The chamber was filled with treasures, each one more magnificent than the last. Golden statues, intricate jewelry, and ornate furniture lay scattered around, untouched by time. The tomb was filled with treasures beyond imagination. It was a veritable treasure trove, a testament to the wealth and artistry of ancient Egypt. Each artifact told a story, a piece of the puzzle that was Tutankhamun's life and reign. It was a moment that would change history forever. The discovery of Tutankhamun's tomb was not just an archaeological triumph, but a cultural phenomenon. It reignited interest in ancient Egypt and inspired a new generation of archaeologists and historians. The discovery of Tutankhamun's tomb captivated the world. Newspapers around the globe carried the story on their front pages. Crowds gathered outside museums and lecture halls, eager to learn more about the boy king and the treasures that had been unearthed. It offered a glimpse into the splendor of ancient Egypt. The artifacts from Tutankhamun's tomb provided invaluable insights into the culture, religion, and daily life of ancient Egyptians. They were a window into a world that had long since vanished, a world of pharaohs and gods, of grandeur and mystery. Tutankhamun was just a boy when he became pharaoh. Born around 1341 BC, he was thrust into a world of immense responsibility and power at a very tender age. His early years were spent in the royal court, surrounded by the grandeur and complexities of Egyptian politics and religion. He ascended the throne at the age of 9. His reign was short-lived, lasting only a decade, but it was a period marked by significant events and decisions that would shape the future of Egypt. As a young king, he had to navigate the treacherous waters of court intrigue and external threats. He ruled Egypt for only 10 years. During this time, he faced numerous challenges, both from within his court and from the broader geopolitical landscape of the ancient world. Despite his youth, he showed remarkable resilience and determination. Despite his youth, Tutankhamun played a crucial role in Egyptian history. His decisions and actions during his reign had far-reaching consequences. He was not just a figurehead, he was a ruler who made significant contributions to the cultural and religious life of his people. He restored traditional religious practices after a period of upheaval. This was a time when the very fabric of Egyptian society was being tested, and his actions helped to bring a sense of normalcy and continuity to his people. His father, Akhenaten, had shaken the empire with his radical religious reforms. Akhenaten's decision to abandon the traditional pantheon of gods in favor of a single deity was revolutionary and controversial. He replaced the traditional pantheon of gods with the worship of a single deity, the sun god Aten. This monotheistic shift was unprecedented and caused a great deal of turmoil within the kingdom. This change caused great unrest among the people and the priesthood. The priests, who had long held significant power and influence, were particularly discontented with the new religious order. The common people, too, were confused and unsettled by the sudden shift in their spiritual life. Tutankhamun reversed his father's reforms. Recognizing the need for stability and continuity, he took steps to restore the traditional religious practices that had been abandoned. This was a bold move for such a young ruler, but it was one that earned him the respect and loyalty of his subjects. He reinstated the old gods and restored their temples. These actions were not just symbolic. They were practical measures that helped to re-establish the social and religious order of the kingdom. The restoration of the temples was a significant undertaking, requiring resources and coordination. This act of restoration earned him the favor of the people. The priests, who had been marginalized under Akhenaten's rule, were particularly supportive of Tutankhamun's efforts. The common people, too, felt a renewed sense of connection to their cultural and religious heritage. He brought back stability to Egypt after a time of turmoil. His reign, though brief, was a period of consolidation and recovery. The kingdom, which had been on the brink of chaos, began to find its footing once again under his leadership. Though his reign was short, Tutankhamun left a lasting mark on Egyptian history. His efforts to restore the old ways and bring stability to his kingdom were not forgotten. He is remembered not just as a young king, but as a ruler who made a significant impact in a very short time. He is remembered as the boy king who restored balance to his kingdom. His legacy is one of resilience, determination, and a deep commitment to his people and their traditions. Even today, thousands of years after his death, Tutankhamun remains a symbol of the enduring strength and continuity of ancient Egyptian civilization.